And welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a new subscriber, please subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and also to my returning subscribers, welcome back. And in today's tutorial, we'll be drafting um, a skirt pattern. This is a straight skirt pattern that can be altered into any type of straight skirt you want. So this is a basic pattern for the skirt. So I have my pattern paper here and I also have my tape measure. So let's go right into the tutorial. For this tutorial, we need our waist measurement, we need our hip measurement, and we also need our hip point measurement, and we need our skirt length. So my skirt length will be the measurement of this pattern paper, and subsequently if I need a longer skirt I can always extend the length. So now I have my baseline right here, and my hip measurement is 36 inches. So and my hip point is 8.5 inches. For taller people, you can go as high as 9 and even go as high as 10. But for me, I'm on the shorter side, so for me is 8.5 inches. So I'll just come right here and mark 8.5 inches. I'll come to my base measurement and mark 8.5 inches. I'll also come to this my midpoint line that is separating the front pattern and the back pattern and measure 8.5 inches. And I'll connect the two dots together. So this is my hip point. So from this line right here, I'm going to measure my hip measurement. So for my waist measurement is 28 inches. 28 inches divided by 4 is 7 inches. It's 7 inches. Now come right to this my hip point here. This is my hip point. I'll come right to this my hip point here and measure my hip measurement. My hip is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9 inches. So I'll come right on this line and measure my 9 inches. Also, I'll come to my skirt length and also measure my hip measurement. But if you want your skirt to be more tighter at the base area, if you want it to be more pencil at the base area, you can remove 3 inches, you can remove 2 inches, and also if you want some kind of ease, you can remove 1 inches. But for me, I'm going to remove 2 inches. So my hip measurement is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9, minus 2 is 7 inches. I want a really fitted pencil skirt at the base of my skirt. Also, I've marked out this area. Let's connect the dots together. So I'm going to connect my waist to my hip. I'm going to use my marker so you can see properly. This is my waist to my hip, and this is my hip to my skirt length. So I'll just come right here and blend this area. It mustn't be sharp. Very good. This is my waist measurement, and this is my skirt length. On my waist measurement, I'll measure my dart measurement. My bust span is 7 inches. 7 inches divided by 2 is 3.5 inches. So I'll come right here and measure 3.5 inches for my dart, and I'll go down by 4 inches for my dart. This is 4 inches. So 3.5 inches for my dart, and 4 inches for my length. So I'll just connect the dots together. Also for my dart leg, I'll go out by half an inch on both sides. Half an inch on both sides. This is our dart. So this is my dart. Also, now I'm going to go ahead to add my allowance on the pattern. So my dart is 1 inch. I'll come out from this my waist measurement by 1 inch. I'll add it back to my measurement. And also my sewing allowance is 1 inch. I'll come to my hip measurement. Sewing allowance is 1 inch. I'll measure it, and also to my skirt length, 1 inch. So I'll just connect the dots together. So I'll come here and blend this sharp area. It mustn't be sharp. Remember, this is your hip. So so this is our front pattern. You can see, very simple. And now we move to the back pattern. So let's go ahead and move to the back pattern. This is the back pattern, and for the back pattern we're just going to replicate what we did at the front. The only difference here is the zipper allowance. So everything we did on the front pattern is what we're going to do to the back pattern. So excuse me. So for my zipper allowance, I'm going to use 1 inch. So I'm going to do mark this from my waist point to my skirt length, 1 inch. So this 1 inch is my zipper allowance. So every other back measurement begins from this zipper allowance line. So for my waist measurement is 7 inches. For my waist measurement, 28 divided by 4 is 7. So this is my hip point. My hip measurement is 9. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So on my skirt length, I'm just going to use 7 inches, what I did on the front pattern. Also on my waist, I'm going to measure my dart, which is 3.5. My bust span is 7 inches. 7 inches divided by 2 is 3.5. I'm going to go down by 4 inches. So this is my dart. For my dart leg, I'm going to go out by ½ inch on both sides. ½ inch on both sides for my dart leg. So I'm just going to connect them together. So this is my dart measurement. Also on my waist measurement, I'm going to add back my dart allowance and my sewing allowance. My dart allowance is 1 inch, my sewing allowance is 1 inch. So I'm going to add 2 inches on my waist measurement. On my bust measurement, I'm going to add back 1 inch, which is sewing allowance. And on my skirt length, I'm going to add back 1 inch. So I'm just going to connect the darts together. So let me trace it out with marker so you can see what I'm doing. It's beginner friendly. And please, if you're new subscriber, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be uploading more helpful tutorial on this channel. So I'm just going to come here and blend it. I don't want this place to be sharp. Remember, this is our hip. Very good. So this is our back piece. This is our back pattern. Also one last thing, for on our zipper allowance, on my hip line, I'm going to come out by 1/4 inch. I'm going to come out for the back slope. I don't want my zipper to gape. You know, gaping is just that thing that that bulging effect you see on your zip. I don't know if you've noticed that bulging effect. Your zip will just, it will be bulge and come out. I don't want that. I want this zip to be as flat as my back. So I came out by 1/4 inch, and I'm going to connect that dot to my zipper allowance. I don't want that bulging effect on my zip. flat on my body. So this is what I did. I came out by quarter of an inch and I just added it back to the pattern. This is because the back, the human back is not flat as a board, it's kind of slope. So to avoid that gaping, to avoid that bulging effect on your zipper, you just come out by half inch, by quarter of an inch, and just um connect it back to the zipper allowance. So that should be all for today's tutorial. Please subscribe, like, share my video, and thank you. And also I'll see you in my next video. Bye.